Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for, I guess you can say, an emergency upload. I was getting excited today for the Norwich game tonight. I uploaded the preview, if you want to go and see that, earlier on today. But news has broken about 25-30 minutes ago from the time of me recording this video that Roman Abramovich has had all of his UK-based assets frozen by the UK government, which of course includes Chelsea Football Club. So what this means is, right now, Chelsea as a business cannot operate in a business way, meaning we can't sell merchandise. We cannot sell tickets to anybody who hasn't already received a ticket for certain games. We can't sign players. We can't adjust current contracts. The club is going to be ran under a special license, which will actually enable us to function as a football team, which means basically Chelsea can fulfill the fixture list. But in terms of, let's say, topical things right now, you want to go and sign a player? No can do. You want to go and extend Tony Rudiger's contract or Azpilicueta or Andreas Christensen? It can't happen. Chelsea can no longer do these things. And it also means that Roman Abramovich cannot currently sanction the sale of the club. Now, there are multiple different ways that we can look at this. There are multiple different echoes that we can provide from previous emotions, previous thoughts that we have about the entire situation. Again, I'm not the guy to come and try and tell you all of the news. I'm here to give my thoughts on the news as a Chelsea fan. And from what we understand from the earliest phases of UK actually sanctioning Roman Abramovich, is that the UK have firm enough reason to believe that Roman Abramovich is involved enough with Russia and with means of financing Russian military, whatever it may be. They have enough evidence or they have enough belief to actually go ahead and sanction Roman Abramovich as a result of this. And I said it in video number 1 that I made on this topic when the war started between Russia and Ukraine, or from Russia to Ukraine, should we say. I made it very clear quite quickly that despite whatever footballing affinity I hold towards Roman Abramovich for the success that he has enabled from our football club, I, for one, absolutely understand that if there is any kind of involvement whatsoever, which there obviously is, he can no longer be running Chelsea Football Club. The issue I have is the UK government, as well as obviously doing what they think is the right moral thing to do, which I think many people cannot deny that if Abramovich has any involvement, he should therefore no longer have access to what he owns in the UK. But for the UK government to put Chelsea under this kind of sanction as well, I know that Abramovich is the owner, but surely there's got to be a way that we can get around the sense of Roman Abramovich should be able to sell the club at least, so that the club can continue to operate functionally beyond just simply the bus turns up for the games. I think also catering involved with the services that catering comes under at Chelsea, that's still allowed as well. But in this moment in time, what is currently happening with Abramovich being sanctioned, with his UK assets, which include Chelsea Football Club being seized, it puts this cloud of uncertainty and electrically charges it 100-fold. Because now, even though the club were in a sticky situation, although Abramovich personally was in a hurry to try and sell the club, the UK government have come down now with a huge clap right across that, as if to say, no sir, you won't be doing that. And unfortunately, it is now the fans who miss out. We can't go and watch our club. And the issue I have around some conflicting opinions to my own on this is that there's a lot of people that will try and tell you that how dare you speak against the UK sanctioning Abramovich because you deserve it. For other clubs, this can be seen as either comedy, which I understand why some would say that. It can also, people can come at you for defending the name Chelsea. Because whether or not Roman Abramovich ever took over in 2003, you can never actually take our Chelsea away, as the song says, because Chelsea runs deeper than Roman Abramovich. Chelsea runs deeper for generation upon generation. Today is our 117th birthday, meaning that 117 years ago today, we all know how the story goes. That conversation in the pub created this monster, created this gargantuan entity in the west side of London. And with these kind of decisions coming in, as fans, we are left perplexed. We are left wondering, how long is this going to affect the club? And it's not about being immoral or not caring about Ukraine and not feeling this sense of like awkward disgust to a sense, which is how I feel at least at points when I really dig deep into my brain to understand how I actually feel about Abramovich's involvement in whichever way it is, whether it's pushing a button or whether it is just simply fueling it from a financial sense. There is so much politics that has always been involved with Abramovich. There is so much politics involved with the takeover of Newcastle, the takeover of Manchester City, even the disparity of how clubs get paid in the Premier League all the way down to the Football League and the bottom pyramid of English football. When money and politics are involved, there are always going to be people who have very, very black and white opinions on it. Now, I'll say one thing, Chelsea fans. At this moment in time, for this channel at least, which I believe is a home of Chelsea fans who come together to connect, I would love for you to let me know how you feel about this as Chelsea fans in the comments down below, because there are going to be some of you out there, which I totally understand, who are going to be like very worried because Chelsea Football Club and Chelsea games that are on twice a week or once a week, that is what keeps us going. That is what motivates us to get out of bed in the morning for some of us. So these kind of things, although the fixtures are not being affected right now, that cloud of uncertainty makes it an awfully difficult time for us to really look to the future. There's probably not going to be Chelsea news videos talking about player signings. There's not going to be news videos about contract extensions and contract updates from me. So even if I'm being really flipping selfish about the matter, it affects me too, of course, because this is my job, talking about Chelsea with you lot. But I know for some, it goes a lot more than just the surface of going to a game. It can be make or break for your happiness. It can be make or break for your mood for the week. So in this time of uncertainty, we all need to stick together. We all need to try our best to withhold from getting into fights with opposing fans who will try and bait us, who try and goad us into, discussions that inevitably just become political, you versus me discussions, which at the end of the day is what we need less of in the world right now. So without this getting too philosophical, I'm going to wrap up this video for you guys here. Subscribe to this channel if you want the latest updates, the latest thoughts from me on the matters at Chelsea Football Club. We still got a game tonight, and I hope we bloody win it because, well, I still love the club. I know you guys do too. Come on, you Blues.